Hello, this is my 800th blog entry that I'm doing this video for. I'll post that soon. 800. I started on January 8th with a one-sentence posting, January 8th of 2010. And now it's 25. Can you believe that? Huh. And this art from January 8th to 2010 to now April of 2025 has moved this far. So, we got to speed it up a little bit here. Behind my latest work is At This Moment. Now I know. If you're young, if you're under 30, you would not, probably not care about this music. If you're over 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 110, you might care a little bit about this music. But I'm attached to this song. I watched Family Ties back in the 80s, and this song was in a number of episodes of Family Ties, which I talk about in my blog post. And I always liked Billy Vera. I think he was a one-hit wonder, but it was one great hit. And I kept pushing off the song, thinking, it's not so old. But the more I listened to it, the more detailed, more I like the way its arrangement. It has a lot of depth to the music, a lot of up and down emotion. And I think I've captured most of it. I think I might do one or more tweaks on the recording here, on the cover music, but it's pretty close to being where I want it to be. So why don't I just play it? For all those that don't know the song, At This Moment by Billy Vera, which is most of you, which is all of you, probably, which is none of you, all of you, a few of you. I know it. I know it a lot. Okay, here we go. Here it is, At This Moment. Interesting ending on that one, huh? I thought that I ran out of time. This is like 1:42 seconds, and that's 50. That's a lot more than I usually go. 1:30 was my limit for years, and now I decided, I'm getting into music more and more. Let's give it a little more leeway, catch a little bit more of the personality of the song, and that's what I did. I did that in 1:42, and I think I captured it out. The colors that came from the Family Ties show, the color of the girl, clothes that she was wearing, And I can't think of her name right now, but that'll come to me. And she wore a lot of outfits with this kind of this greenish, bluish color. She wore one outfit with red and blue. She wore some white outfit. So I just, that's gives me color ideas, you know. And here's a little feminine pink up here, you know, on that. And I was going to say that my part, where's that part of that music I got there? Well, what really attracted me to the song is the opening lyrics. What would you think if something at this moment when I don't have the music in front of me. You know, I worked on this for 2 weeks or more, and you go in and out of the artwork, and but you get the point on it. If you that first line, what would you think? I actually use the words here. Yeah. Oh, I was explaining the words here. Instead of painting them on the artwork, I took an idea from Beethoven artwork I did two years ago or so, where I quoted Beethoven. I just, you know, such a long quote, I just printed it out on canvas and then, you know, kind of attached the magnets to the artwork, which was cool. And I've been, you know, if you can see on these two over here, I took the effort to try to write it in on it, but it's hard to write it in on there with those marker pens. The surface, no matter what, is rough. If I make a mistake and it dries fast and I have to damage the background, at times I had to repaint. I had to repaint a big section of this because the bottom words here didn't work, didn't look good at all, so I had to repaint the whole thing and redo it. But I solved that problem by taking up that idea from the Beethoven, and now I put the words I'm going to use on little pieces of wood. And I just put it on here. So these are basically what the words are. You know, a little bit abbreviated from the song. What do you think? And at this moment, standing before me with tears in your eyes. Wow. I know when I first heard that beginning of that song, it just, I don't know, it just sounded really like it was honest. And so after a bunch of delay over the years, and I probably that delay came from, you know, each of the, before a couple of years back, or not even on that, less than that, I would spend at least 3 weeks to a month or more on each artwork. And so if I'm going to put that much effort into an artwork, that means hanging out with a piece of music for that long, which is a long time. I need a piece of music that I really, really wanted to paint. And now, I reach a point now where my music has evolved so much, the cover music I make for these music boxes has evolved so much that it's become equally important to me as the artwork that reflects that is the portrait of the song. You know, these are the portrait of the song. But I mentioned this before, I thought of Rothko, Mark Rothko. He did, most of his canvases are vertical rectangles. And I said, hey, he did hundreds of those paintings. Nobody said, hey, Rothko, why don't you do one that's more square? You know, maybe add a little piece here or over there on top of that. Well, that's what I did for years. I was trying to make each artwork individual and unique. Well, that's fine. I went through that phase. I mean, it's 18 years now. And so I settled on this 30 by 40 size canvas I can buy locally here. And I'm going to just stick with that. I'm going to try to do 50, maybe 100 of them before I'm gone. And I now move the music playing box. They were down, generally they were on the bottom. Well, this, I don't know if you can see this one. They're on the bottom of the artwork. Well, I now moved it to the side, which is better. So each of these little, you know, because they're built kind of on a template, I learned from each one. I can you know, evolve the style to be, you know, cool and unique, but something that stands out. And people see it, I know that, you know. Instead of having artworks that, you know, are all over the place, and they're hard to store. You know, these are all the same size, so storing them would be easier than having something that's, you know, a foot tall by 8 feet long, you know, something like that. Anyhow, I really like the song. Glad it's done. I'm moving on. I'm going to do Crying It's a cover by K.D. Lang. Roy Orbison's song. I know it's an old song, but it's a good song. I like it. I think I can, because I only spent 2 weeks on this artwork here, which surprised the hell out of me. 2 weeks only. So then I think I can just, you know, if I like the song, I'm going to just do it. If I'm in the moment with the song, I'm going to paint it. So there you go. Scott Van Holzen. You can see my progress at scottvanholzen.org. And I should mention that I'm now taking on my nickname and this definition of me, which is I've mentioned a number of times in my blogs that I am the unknown artist. I'm so unknown, I'm unknown that I'm an artist. So I picked the nickname that I received working at a paper company from one of the salesmen there. He used to call me Mr. V. So I didn't make it up, he did. Kevin Fox actually did that. He's a conservative, I was a progressive. We liked each other, but we didn't get along too. I don't know. I liked him, no matter what. I don't think he was impressed with me though, except for my technical ability with computers, maybe like that. But anyway, here we are. I'm Mr. V, and this is At This Moment. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.